Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. And that's what we aimed to do. I probably started talking about creating a foundation around the 2007-2008 time period and thought that it would be necessary to create a nonprofit. We were looking at some alarming statistics that were out in 2008 that had to do with the number of women that were leaving the legal profession after 5 years of practice.
And when you looked at it nationally, you would see that only 1 in 5 partners in law firms were women. But women were 50% of the law school graduating classes. They weren't just naturally making it to the top. So we set out to what I consider putting together the old boys network for girls. So we wrote a case study as to why women weren't where they should be and what the difference would make if they were. Instead of being 1 in 5, if they were 1 in 3, if you had 9 partners in an executive meeting, and there were 3 women, that their voices would be heard more strongly.
It will take some critical mass of women in leadership positions before it's seen as a very ordinary thing. You know, I know for me, it is really not extraordinary to have a majority of women on the court right now.
So what's exciting for me, having been there in the beginning, is to see that it is working.
Being a part of the Leadership Institute was an amazing experience. And there were women of such different levels, people who had done different things in their careers, and it really showed me that you don't have to take a straight path. I found a group of women who were very supportive, not just the women who were in my Leadership Institute class, but the women who came after that, who were in other Leadership Institute classes, the women who were in the OWBA at networking events. It just really opened up a statewide network of women.
I think the Leadership Institute in particular is just a wonderful program. First of all, it exposes potential leaders to various issues. It gives guidance, it gives support, it gives role models, and basically says to these women in the Leadership Institute, you are the next leaders. Here, we're going to help you become the leader that we know you can be.
They're members. They become members for the rest of their careers and beyond in a group of women who've had training, who are committed to excelling in their careers, to bringing other women with them, and to making their organizations the best that they can be. Well, the vision, I think, for the foundation is really to continue to grow, to continue to do all of the wonderful, important work that we've been doing on a broader scale statewide going forward.
This organization was created 10 years ago by amazing women, and those same amazing women continue to be a part of this organization, and throughout the past 10 years we've gained even more amazing women who have developed this organization. And when I look to see where we were 10 years ago, where we are today, because of all this great support from not only the women leaders but organizations who've helped us financially, the sky is the limit for us.
In order to make the foundation even better than it already is, it takes all of us. It takes us that have been founding members of the OWBA, founding members of the foundation, contributors to the mission throughout the way, to provide our time and talents to the foundation. We're in a point where we can start giving back. It's time to give back.
We are going to provide more scholarship funding to law students. We are going to provide more programming through our foundation. We are going to continue our diversity and inclusion efforts, and hopefully not just one diversity and inclusion scholarship fund per Leadership Institute class. Perhaps there's multiple.
Girls can be what they can see. And so I often think not just about the legal profession, but I think about the younger generation who looks at me and sees herself and says, I can be that because I can see that.
The need is still there, more so than it should be, and that we want to help meet it, and we think we can because we've done a great job so far, and we know more now than we did then, and good times are ahead.